Howdy, folks, and welcome back to the Cartridge Cowboys. I'm Thomas.
And I'm Travis, and today we're here to talk about some licensed games.
Yeah, another cool genre. We talked about compilation games, and now we said, well, let's do another genre style. And licensed games, a lot of them are bad. There's a lot of crap out there, but we wanted to pick out a couple that we said, hey, man, these are licensed games, but they rule.
Yeah, man. And some of them are my favorite games of all time.
Okay, whoa. Hold the phone. The licensed game, maybe favorite game of all time.
It's up there with Mega Man X, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think I got to that, but, we'll get into there.
Yeah.
We'll get it. I'm excited now. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Is it Return of the Jedi?
Nope, it has nothing to do with Star Wars.
Okay. You want to go, your licensed game first?
Yeah, let's do it. Should I
Okay.
do my favorite one or?
No, we
bring
need to
that?
say. We need
All
to
right,
say
we'll
that, I
save it
think.
for the back. All right.
Yeah.
Well, for my first licensed game I want to talk about is actually a newer one.
Okay.
And that's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind by Digital Eclipse.
Ooh.
Man, it came out in 2024, and it is one of the best beat-em-ups I've ever played.
Really?
It's done by the same people who did Shredder's Revenge that just came out.
Okay.
Huge Turtles game. But this brings you back to the past
And so
playing
this is a
Power
Switch?
Rangers. This is Switch, yes.
Okay.
It's on the Switch. It's on the PS5. I think
Okay.
it's also on Xbox. I think they have it on everything. But it is your classic beat 'em up, and it looks so smooth. And you can play up to 5 people at the same time.
5 people at
Yeah.
the same time.
You could have all the Rangers going, even the white one or the green.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Go Power Rangers.
And
And I'm a guitar player, so I just that intro is nuts. Dude.
It's literally just plays in the back of my head constantly whenever I'm driving. That guitar going is crazy.
As a kid, I had a VHS with the Mighty Morphin's Power Ranger episode on it. It might have been the first ever one.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I'm a big kaiju fan. Like, I love Godzilla, and I've just been a huge Godzilla fan. So the idea that they morph into Megazord,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, the giant robot shit's so cool.
Dude, speaking of, that's one of the really cool things about this game is it's
Okay.
not just like a side-scroller beat 'em up.
Okay.
It has fighting sections
Ooh.
where you are the Megazord, and it's almost
Ooh.
like a 3D, 2D fight that you're doing.
Like
So
2.5D.
yeah, kind of.
Okay.
It's really trippy how a lot of these graphics are in this game. Just in general, they did an incredible job. But, at the end of every episode, when the characters would go from being a normal-sized person to a huge monster,
Yeah.
that's why I had to fight in the Megazord. They do that in this game for almost every boss, and it is crazy cool. Not only do you get to play as the Megazord, you actually start off as a Dinozord in most of them.
Okay.
Yeah, and you connect
yeah.
into it. There's racing scenes that remind me of Super Hang-On,
Oh,
and you're able
man.
to shoot like other characters, like the clay putties and everything.
Yeah.
And again, like we always go back about Super Hang-On and how the graphics looked for the time.
89, that's
Yeah.
an insane looking game.
You would have your mind blown with
Okay.
what they were able to do with this
Okay.
game. It is one of those games I've been wanting to show you for a while.
Yeah.
And it's an incredible licensed game. It reminds me of playing the Super Nintendo
Uh-huh.
Power Rangers games, the Genesis Power Rangers game.
Yeah.
But it's a whole, just completely rehaul of everything. Brand new story, going back to the past. It's got like the time change difference. Just one of the best games I've played of 2025.
Do you get to
honest.
go to the Power Rangers base and talk to that floating head?
You do.
Okay.
And you also get to hang out in like the little arcade and talk to everybody.
Oh, like NPCs?
Yeah,
So-
NPCs. I got like those
Oh,
two
shit.
goobers that are
Beat
in
'em
the
ups
show.
with NPCs. We need more of those.
And you know what? It even has like other arcades that you could play a game within a game.
So meta.
Yeah.
So meta. And you teased this game in an earlier episode.
I did,
Actually.
yes.
And I remember when you put the footage up on the green screen, it looked like Mode 7.
Dude,
Where
yes.
it's like flat, but you're flying.
That is a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm very impressed with it. Again, I was super excited for when the game came out, but of course I waited until I could get a physical copy, which came out like 6 months later.
Okay.
But I think that wound up working out.
Physical copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
And it worked out because the original launch of this game, it had like a really bad bugs in it where people said it was unplayable.
Oh, okay.
And so I missed out on that, and I didn't even know that until I was looking into it after I played it.
The lore.
The lore, yeah. And I'm glad I got it the way I did because from start to finish, it's a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I need to get one of the Power Rangers games because I've got SNES and I've got Genesis.
Yeah.
I need to get one of them.
Yeah.
You know.
Just make sure it's Mighty Morphin. You don't want any of that like space crap or I
Yeah,
can't even tell you the others.
There's ones where they had like the Geordie LaForge shit on their eyes, like where it's just like a band, you know, and like there's like a rainbow band on their chest or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know about those, but I really only know about Mighty Morphin because I had the VHS tape. And...
Yeah, same. I grew up with like the toys, and you know, yellow's my favorite color, and the Yellow Ranger was always my favorite, and I think that just started to show that I like Asian chicks. It all started there.
It all started there. Then you joined the Navy and went to Asia.
Yep, and well, let's just say I don't want any more phone calls.
Yeah, don't want any more phone calls. Yeah, so my licensed game, again from a movie or a TV show, and I'm gonna go with Rambo 3.
Nice.
On the Sega Genesis.
Hell yeah, Stallone.
Hey, you, yeah, come on, keep punching. You gotta keep punching. No, we love Stallone, and we have a bunch of Stallone games.
Yep.
We can go off on a tangent here and get into some other Stallone games, but for now, we just want to talk about Rambo 3 before we get to these others, if we want to talk about the other Stallone games. Rambo 3.
For the Genesis, right?
For the Genesis.
Okay.
There is a Master System game, but that's a light gun game. And I don't have the Master System light gun.
Oh, man, I know you were looking for one at the
convention.
Yeah, the convention we went to.
Yeah, no, I have Rainbow 3 on Genesis, and it's not a launch title, but it came out like a month after it launched in 89 here.
Okay.
It's 88 in Japan, but 89 here. And it's a top-down, I guess you call it run and gun or directional shooter, but it's top-down, similar to a Zelda game where you're looking down and you kind of move up in all four directions.
So it's like Akari Warriors for the NES.
Very similar to an Akari Warriors game.
I love that series, so I bet I love this game.
You got machine gun, you got exploding arrows, and you have bomb.
Hell yeah!
And then if you get up close, you just knife a dude, So you got different weapons.
Yeah.
You got some power ups. You've got just a bunch of army guys coming at you at the same time. And for a licensed title and for an early Genesis title, I think that's why I sink into it, because I keep finding out. I'm like, man, some of the best Genesis games are the early games. Super Hang On, Revenge of Shinobi, Ghouls and Ghosts. And then you've got another 89 classic with Rambo 3, which a great movie where they go to Afghanistan and help the Mujahideen fight the Soviet Union. And also to play into that, the actors in this movie actually show up in the game.
Oh, nice.
So like before the mission, it'll be like mission 2, and then you'll have like a cutscene from the movie with like some dialogue.
That's what's up.
And Red Foreman's in there.
Oh, yeah.
I forget this guy's actor's name.
It's Red Foreman.
It's Red Foreman.
Yeah, we all know that.
So you're like getting ready to go shoot some bad guys as Stallone in this game, and then this big thing of Red Foreman's face pops up and is like, John Rambo, we need you. All this stuff. It's really cool.
Dude, actually, now I really, really want to try that. No, I wanted to anyways because I love Rambo.
Right.
I remember seeing the extended cut of First Blood. Have you seen the original one?
Not the extended cut.
Yeah, so the original movie is a lot more dark, and I think that we would get demonetized. Not that we are monetized.
Right.
Yeah, that if I use the word, it wouldn't be good for YouTube. So I'll just leave it at that, but go watch the original cut of First Blood. Makes the movie impact you so much differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. But just a great series. I'm glad they made the second and third one.
Oh, yeah.
But speaking of the Russian guy in the third, or going against the Russians, the Soviets.
Yeah.
What is up with Stallone hating on Russian people?
Right. Well, he's just trying to be Mr. America. And that was the Cold War, man. That was the late 80s. I mean, that was like right before the Berlin Wall fell. So I mean, that's what the American psyche was just sunk in. And we're kind of I don't want to get on current events, but we're kind of in a new conflict with Russia right now.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You know,
Maybe we do need another Stallone to come back.
Stallone is unstoppable. Of course,
Yes.
he's doing Tulsa King right now,
Yeah.
which is a big success. In fact, I was in Oklahoma a while back, and there was like this big banner in downtown
yeah.
OKC. It's like a 50-foot Stallone,
Nice.
like Tulsa King, him like lighting up a cigar. So,
that's
but back
cool.
to Rambo 3 on Genesis. Great early title, great license title. The intro is like him. It looks really good for a 16-bit digitized Stallone.
Yeah.
It's like him with a bow and arrow shooting at the screen. There's like
Hell yeah,
it
that's
really
cool.
has that 80s action movie vibes. And I think a reason you'd want to get a Genesis back in the day if you were tired of like, you know, maybe some kid-friendly Nintendo games.
Yeah.
And then here's Stallone and Red Foreman with all this crazy techno music and stuff. You know, the Genesis sound chip sounds crazy. But it's Akari Warriors. It's a fancy Akari Warriors where you have bombs and exploding arrows and you're fighting tanks and jeeps.
Yeah.
And there's these there's levels like bonus stages in between the levels. So you have your top-down kind of Zelda view levels.
Okay.
And then in between you get these behind Stallone's back special stages where you're getting attacked by like a attack helicopter with miniguns, and you like hiding behind the rock. And then you got to come out and use your exploding arrow.
Nice.
So you have these behind-the-back shooting levels that look really good for early 16-bit stuff. I'm sure if you were playing Nintendo and you saw Stallone's muscles and shit shooting, helicopters, you're like, whoa, this is the next gen.
So it's like a step up from that part in the original Contra, where you go from that to like
exactly a step.
Yeah,
it's
but
the
you're
same
just like
shit.
getting those details of like Stallone's muscles and all that.
It starts off with him like tying his thing back, and then he's
nice.
into it. So yeah, they really, the special stages are cool. It's also, I think, a good Genesis game. Genesis can be really hard. I think, you know, like there are a lot of these games don't save, so you get a game over and you're back to square one.
Yeah.
This game unlimited continues.
Oh, that's
so
huge.
Just keep hammering away until you get to the end, man.
Okay,
And
nice.
You might be there for a couple hours, but it's like, hey, you know, let's go shoot some Russian guys.
Nice, man. Once I get the new place set up and I get my Genesis out of a box, which I hate to say, you're going to have to let me borrow that.
Oh, yeah. It's a cheap game.
Is it?
Yeah,
nice.
you get it for $20 or something.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
I'll keep an eye out then. Well, now you want to hear the real one, one of my favorite games of all time.
It's all been leading up to this, the licensed title that somehow broke through the barrier that sports games live under. That, I hate to say it, maybe a lot of fighting games live under.
Yep.
You know, or just certain genres like licensed titles that are just known for having some stinkers and having some weird gameplay quirks, and people putting out games just to have a game with that IP on it.
Yeah.
So what one of these licensed games breaks through the barrier, Travis?
Well, it is going to be 1990s Capcom Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers
Ooh.
for the NES.
Ooh.
I think I've talked about it a few times on here. It is one of those original games I had in my collection when I was given an NES.
Okay.
I do have this game in box. I love it so much.
Okay.
That's because it is one of the best games you could have whenever, not just today, but back then. Again, it's not NES hard. You were talking about how hard the Genesis games are.
NES is even more hard.
Then there's NES hard. This, you can easy pick up and play this game, beat it in about 40 minutes.
Okay.
It's, super easy. The controls are so tight. But the biggest part is it's a co-op game, and it's one of those best early co-op titles I've ever experienced, even today.
That's big. Co-op is big. People sleep on that.
They do, and it's, you can have a lot of fun with the game. You can pick up your friend's character and throw them at enemies so they die. You can be a real dick about it if you want to.
Yeah.
But it also just makes that part a little bit more difficult because you do have to watch out for each other.
You gifted me this game.
I did.
I own this game, and when I got a Nintendo, you were like, I know what I'm going to get you.
Yeah, I forgot I got you that. I'm glad I did.
And I watched you beat it. You came over and we played it, and I got game over because I didn't know what I was doing. And then you went on to beat the game in co-op, and so that was one thing. You talk about throwing people. That's one thing I didn't even know I could do.
Yeah.
Before you came over, I was like, man, I'm trying to play this game, man. I'm not good at it. I didn't know I could pick people up. I was just running around not picking stuff up.
Oh yeah, you weren't throwing the boxes at all. You were like trying to figure how.
I didn't know you were supposed to throw the box.
But
so dumb. So dumb.
But man, just being a later release too, on the NES, Capcom had it down. And with Disney, anything that they did at that time were just bangers. It's because they had the money invested into it. It wasn't like, oh, this product's only going to be hot for 3 weeks. We got to get this crappy game out now.
Yeah.
No, Capcom actually put the effort into it with Chip and Dale, DuckTales. Maybe not Tailspin, but Darkwing Duck, huge sleeper. Huge sleeper game.
Let's get dangerous.
And, I'm going to be going in a little bit more detail about that down the line, so keep an eye out.
Make a Chip and Dale's itself?
I'm going to do a Capcom's, NES games.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go through all
with the little red label at the top.
Yes.
The red label. Before they had the yellow, the white and red.
Yeah, so the only thing that's holding me back is having a physical Chip and Dale 2, because I can't afford it. But I do have the Saturday afternoon collection for my PS5.
Which has it on there.
It has all of them.
Now,
so.
we shop around the local stores, and one of our local stores had Chip and Dale 2 for $250.
No, it was, I think, $350,
oh
$380.
My God.
And I almost pulled the trigger. I actually went in with the cash in my pocket.
With the cash.
I was finally, after a month, I was like, I'm doing this. I'm going to go. Tax return just came in. I'm going to go get... I'm so glad it wasn't there.
Are you glad you bought the Switch 2 instead of Chip and Dale 2?
Yeah. Well, I actually... I don't know right now. Hopefully the Switch 2 gets some bangers coming out. But right now, it's just kind of sitting there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm playing...
Big box right there.
I do.
Looking at the Switch 2 box.
Yeah, but I'm playing Switch games on the Switch 2 still.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But it is what it is.
Chip and Dale 2, and that kind of has some Mario 2 vibes because you're throwing stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
And I know you're not the biggest Mario 2 fan either.
Just because I haven't beat it yet.
Okay.
It's a fun game, and in the 80s, if I had that game, I would love. I like it. I love the music, and it's a fun game. Them chasing you when you get the key, the little mask.
Oh, yeah.
I do not like when that mask comes for you. I like everything about that game, and I'm like, this mask thing. Oh man.
Yeah, I remember being a kid because that's also one of my original NES collection games.
Yeah.
And I was legit scared of that mask, just like I was scared of the sun in Mario Bros. 3.
Oh yeah, the Mario Bros. 3 Sun. I guess that's maybe a callback to the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Chip and Dale. I watched that show as a kid. My great grandmother, rest her soul, lived to be 99 years old.
Oh my gosh.
99.
I don't want to be that old.
But she had satellite TV, and I remember watching Chip and Dale. And one of them is Magnum PI, and the other one's Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan of both of those other IPs. We're sitting here talking about IPs. That's almost like a meta IP where it's like multi IPs all
actually,
in one.
You're not wrong. I never even really thought about that. It is a meta IP.
It's a meta
and
IP.
Just one more thing about Chip and Dale.
Let's go.
Is they actually had a Rescue Rangers movie come out a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of those kind of 3D, but people in it, almost like
Who
Framed
I do
Roger
remember
Rabbit.
I do remember that.
It's so good.
Is it?
It's so funny.
Is it? Okay.
And the animation is crazy on it because one of them is still a cartoon, while the other's 3D. Got plastic surgery. They're kind of making fun of Hollywood with that. It's making fun of so much that happens in Hollywood. What happened in the 90s? If you grew up in that time, even if you didn't watch Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, you're gonna know what's going on because it has so much callbacks. It's so funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, a great licensed title. Maybe that can be on my resolutions. Our last episode about 2026. Maybe I can finally tackle Chip and Dale. I might do it tonight.
Dude,
I got some time.
It'd be worth it.
I think it would be. I need to play the old NES in. I've been kind of. We all have a bunch of consoles.
Yeah.
And whatever's plugged in is what I play.
Yeah.
And so I need to just plug it in, so I'll play it.
I get that. But man, what's your other licensed game?
Yeah, so I thought about it when we talked about this episode and what our licensed games were going to be because there's so many licensed games. It's
almost ridiculous.
This could be like a straight up series of videos where
Yeah.
we just talk about good licensed games or bad ones.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're only covering a few here. We're barely scraping the surface.
Yeah, Lord knows.
But for me, I wanted to give one retro and one pseudo retro.
Yeah.
Right. So PS2. I had a PS2 when I was I want to say a kid, like a teenager. When we were growing up, junior high school, I had a PS2, and so many great games. And there's a lot of shovelware of third-party licensed games, but this is a good one, and I want to bring it up because it's kind of a sister game to another super famous licensed game.
A sister game.
It's not necessarily a sister game, but it's in the same franchise as one of the 64's greatest titles.
Glover?
Starts with a G.
Oh.
GoldenEye.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, loves James Bond. I love 007. And I'm talking about From Russia with Love on the PS2. Now, for fans of Grand Theft Auto, I think this is a perfect game if you want to get into some spy stuff, into some Bond stuff, because this isn't a first-person shooter like GoldenEye, which is a 007 game. This is a third-person, like kind of action-adventure mission-based game.
Oh, no kidding.
And it controls just like Grand Theft Auto. You use like R1 to lock onto people and O to shoot them.
Okay.
And you swap weapons and you like climbing up stuff and going down the little chutes. And you're driving a bunch of weird vehicles. The Aston Martin with the machine guns coming out the lights, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
And it's Sean Connery's true last showing as James Bond. He did the voice acting for this whole game, and they used his likeness to make Bond into Sean Conn, not Pierce Brosnan.
That's awesome. Especially because Sean Connery, for how much stuff he's been in, there aren't a lot of games with him as a character. If you think about it.
There's not a lot of games with him as a character.
Right. That's just triggering to me because there's really no Highlander game, and that was his best role.
The sensation you're feeling is the quickening. Who are you? We are the same, MacLeod. We are brothers!
You thought GoldenEye was good? You haven't seen From Russia with Love for the PS2 yet, have you? No, this is a game that plays like Grand Theft Auto, but it's a mission-based game. So it's linear.
Yeah.
You got mission 1 through like 20.
Nice.
But they're all like an hour long or 30 minutes long. And you're fighting helicopters. You're breaking into places. So there's stealth missions. If you like Hitman or Metal Gear Solid and you like stealthing around as a spy, you get to be Sean Conn and stealth around the 1960s because that's when this game came out. That's not when when the movie came out.
Yeah.
And it's set in that time frame. So his gadgets are all low tech.
That's cool.
He's got like a pistol and he's got like little things, but laser watches, but they're all kind of like still that almost Austin Powers-esque level tech, and you go around Europe, you play through the story of the movie, and there's a lot of different gameplay styles, which I guess licensed titles are guilty of, but they do it right in this game, where you have an on-rail shooting level where you're going through like Venice, like the underneath part of Venice, like on a boat, like shooting a gun.
That's cool.
And then you have your action levels, like I talked about, that really are pretty much like Grand Theft Auto gameplay.
That's cool. So it's just like almost a bunch of genres thrown into one.
It's mostly like this linear mission-based stealth game where you're shooting guns, shooting bad guys, but they throw in a couple of other gameplay styles to just spice it up and really put this game over the top. And I think it's slept on because when you think of James Bond games, you think of Nightfire.
Yeah.
And you think of GoldenEye.
Yeah.
And you forget that James Bond was anyone else but Pierce Brosnan. But the real James Bond is Sean Conn.
Lord knows. And I actually had only ever seen Goldfinger when I was a kid. And I didn't
movie. Goofy movie. That's
goofy.
like Austin Powers is directly inspired by them goofy Sean Conn movies.
But I during COVID I went through and I watched all the original Sean Connery Bond films, and they are really good. Not even a little, a lot sexist.
A little bit of that, and super corny.
Yeah, very corny, but they were still good. I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to remember what Russia with Love is even about? I mean, I guess being in Russia.
It's the second movie.
Okay.
There's Dr. No, and then From Russia with Love, I think, is the big breakout where, like, okay, James Bond isn't just this one-off.
Yeah.
They're going to make a series out of this. And From Russia with Love, again, we talked about Rambo 3 fighting the Russians. You're fighting Russians again,
Yeah.
and it's all centered around, the Cold War.
Dang.
And it's really cool. And From Russia with Love, the movie, the main bad guy, I'm sorry if I can't name the actor right now, but it's the dude from Jaws. The guy that's like, you ever look into a doll's eye? Oh, black and lifeless.
Oh, no kidding.
25 footer. That guy.
Yeah.
That guy is the bad guy. And he's like the Russian spy. He's like the contrasting equal to Bond. He's like the KGB's badass agent.
That's
and then
cool.
Sean Connery's the British agent.
Okay.
And he's the final boss in this game. And he's kind of like your rival, right? Like we talk about Pokemon. You got Gary and Red and everything. This is like you kind of fight him like 5 or 6 times throughout the game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like that. Just that character progression. Then whenever you finally do kill that asshole.
Yeah, he's like in a giant robot thing. Like it's crazy. They have a little fun with it. It's not the movie to the T.
Yeah.
Because it's a PS2 game. They're gonna make it over the top. But man, just love the idea that they use Sean Conn's likeness. And
That is super
like I said,
cool.
if you like Grand Theft Auto, you're gonna pick this game up like you've been playing it the whole time.
Well, I know you don't have a modern console, but they are coming out with a new 007 game.
Okay.
And this is supposed to be huge. They haven't done one in years. I think people got burnt out on them. I know I did.
Yeah.
And so everybody's really hyped up about this. I don't remember the publisher, but from what I understand, this is going to be huge. So once that comes out, we might have to come back and do a playthrough of that.
Now, and this game is just some like generic Bond likeness. Is it Daniel Craig?
Dude, I'm not sure. I think it's a whole separate
Just his
character.
own-
Yeah, I think
okay.
it's because wasn't Bond originally like a book series, and
Yeah.
it kind of been a whole bunch of yeah. So I think this is going to be kind of like its own story, different person.
Okay.
I don't think they've announced much about it yet. I know they already delayed it once, so
Yeah.
we'll see when it comes out. But the Bond series, I mean, like you said, GoldenEye. I grew up playing that. What was that? Nightfire
Nightfire on the
I had
Cube.
that on the Cube.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking while you're talking about with Russia with Love, I think they put that on the Cube as well.
I believe they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to look for that.
Super cheap game that I was just trying to collect for the PS2, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, what is this? And man, I just got hooked, and I beat the whole thing.
Nice.
I was just like, man, like I'm all into it.
Well, that sounds like a sleeper because I didn't even know about that until not too long ago.
Right.
I was just looking at online shop actually, and I was like, well, with Russia with Love.
Yeah.
And I had no idea like that Sean Connery was actually in it though. So that's really cool that they did that.
Oh yeah, he went in the studio,
Nice.
and they got him on the mic.
Nice.
So anyway, enough about From Russia with Love. I know we only were going to talk about a few licensed titles, but I'm going to give you an honorable mention right now.
Ooh.
What is your surprise honorable mention? I'll give you mine.
Yeah, you go first.
Okay.